He was done. The phone stopped ringing. The contracts vanished. His empire, the one he built from sleepless nights and endless caffeine, was now a graveyard of dreams. He used to walk into boardrooms like a storm. Now, he could barely crawl out of bed. But one night, in that silence where defeat usually wins, he found something no book or mentor ever taught him, a way to turn his burnout into his bankroll. He wasn't always this broken. There was a time when every deal felt like destiny. He believed success meant never stopping, until the machine he built began to eat him alive. Emails became alarms. Meetings became meals. Sleep was for the weak, or so he thought. And when his company's biggest deal fell through, the exhaustion hit harder than the loss. Everything crashed at once. His health. His hope. His identity. He started seeing cracks, in his work, in his relationships, in his own reflection. The man in the mirror looked older than he was, and emptier than he'd ever admit. He quit social gatherings. He stopped smiling at the mirror. And for the first time, he realized, he'd been chasing money, not meaning. But when the stress finally broke his health, he disappeared, not to hide, but to heal. He moved to the countryside with nothing but a notebook and regret. There, while watching the sunrise, he scribbled 3 words that would redefine his life: what truly matters. Every morning, he wrote ideas not for profit, but for purpose. And strangely, those ideas began to attract attention. His old investors called back. His audience grew. He realized, his breakdown wasn't the end, it was the education he never got. Pause for a moment. If you've ever hit rock bottom, felt your world crumble, know this: the pause isn't the end. It's where the next idea, the next opportunity, the next version of you begins. With a new philosophy, he built something small, a coaching brand to help others escape burnout. He told his story honestly. People saw themselves in his pain, and trusted his lessons. Soon, he wasn't just earning again, he was thriving. Not because he worked harder, but because he worked truer. He stopped measuring wealth by how much he had, and started measuring by how much peace he could keep. Every failure before had been a teacher. Every loss, an investment in clarity. When new ventures came, he faced them not with hunger, but with harmony. He was wealthy now, not just in numbers, but in nerve. When he finally launched his new platform, it exploded. Courses sold out. Partnerships poured in. He became the face of sustainable success, the man who turned burnout into brilliance. And when reporters asked how he did it, he simply said, "I stopped running from failure, and started learning from it." If life broke everything you built, would you have the courage to build again, not from ambition, but from wisdom? Because maybe, what broke you, was just teaching you how to begin. This is Human Arc, stories of wealth, will, and the fire that never dies. Subscribe. Because your next setback might just be your start.